Good morning. Welcome to a class on letter writing in relation to job application. It is a part of language component in the syllabus of English language for the fourth semester BCom and BBA course under the CBCS scheme of Mysore University. In this session, we will discuss on introduction to letter writing and job application. Let us understand the meaning of communication. As we know, human relationships are normally established through some or the other means of communication. It's a that means communication is a way to impart, transmit, or to interchange one's ideas, information, feelings, and notions through the mode of language and science. Communication, in a broader sense, is divided into two categories: verbal and non-verbal. Verbal communication refers to that mode of communication through which language and words are used, whereas non-verbal communication refers to the mode of communication in which signs, symbols, pictures, visuals are used. Let us understand letter writing. Letter is the most important and widely used form of written communication. It is a part of verbal communication. It connects people who live in distant places and serves the purpose of imparting information and acts as a vital document as well. Letter writing basically is a skill that one should inculcate or develop. In general, there are two types of letters, namely formal and informal. Formal letters are written to convey official and business informations to the local bodies or to the public bodies or to any other organizations in accordance to the requirements in civic life. Whereas informal letters are written to convey personal opinions, feelings, and notions to friends, family members, and relatives, etc. Now, let us understand the structure or parts of a letter. All types of letters must conform to certain essential qualities and structure. Letters must be brief, clear, grammatically errorless, and logically connected. In this similar way, it should have a structure. Structure of a letter refers to a proper arrangement of the various parts of letter. Let us understand their meaning and order one by one. Firstly, sender's address. Sender's address is nothing but heading, or what we call in colloquial tongue the from address. It provides the writer's name, place where he dwells in a complete and clear manner. It should be written at the top and on the left hand side of a letter. This sender's address is followed by the next part, that is date or date line. Date or date line provides the day, month, and year in which the letter was written. And this date line is placed two line spaces below the from address. And this date line is followed by the inside address. Inside address is the is that part which provides us the information, the name of the person, the place, and the public office name and the firm name to whom the letter is written. It must be complete and clear. Even it's also written 2 line spaces below from the date line. And one thing we should keep in mind that while writing addresses, we should not use any kind of punctuation and full block form. This inside address is followed by salutation. Salutation is a way of greeting a person or a position of the authority to whom the letter is addressed. It's also written like others 2 line spaces below the inside address. This salutation is followed by the subject line or subject and reference. Subject is an important part which provides us that on what matter the letter is about, and it is immediately followed by the reference which gives us the information that in what reference that letter is written. And this subject line is followed by the body of the letter. Body of the letter is the most important part of the letter, and it provides us the content of the letter very clearly, complete and completely. It can be divided into 3 parts: introductory part, main part, and the concluding part. The beginning lines or the beginning paragraph of a letter should act as an introduction by providing introduction to the subject or the matter that is written in the body of the letter. The body of the letter is the main part. The second one is the main part of the body of the letter, which provides us the clear-cut information of the content or of the matter, why that letter was written and what's its purpose. Then this main part is followed by the concluding part. The last 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 lines or the last paragraph acts as a concluding part by giving a conclusion to the content of the letter. And this body of the letter is followed by the complementary clause. Complementary clause is nothing but a courteous leave-taking note is called complementary clause. It must be written 2 line spaces below the last line of the text of the letter. After this complementary clause, immediately it is followed by the signature. The signature contains will have the specimen sign of the writer and sometimes even his name in bracket. And then the last part is enclosures. Enclosures is that part of the letter which provides us the information that on what are all the supporting documents or the relevant documents are attached to the letter. And this is the last part of an application of a letter. Now let us look into the format of a letter. Format of a letter. So there are various formats to write a letter, like block form, semi-block form, indented form, hanging form, and full block form, etc. Nowadays, we use full block form more. In this format, we write all parts of a letter on the left hand side in an order. It's a open format where punctuation is not used in address. And from the first part to the last part, all the beginning words of each part should vertically straight below one after the other. So let us look into the format. The first one is the from address or heading or sender's address. It should come at the top of the letter and on the left hand side. The second one is the date. Date line must be followed by the from address, leaving 2 line spaces below the from address. Even it should start vertically straight below the from address on the left hand side. Then date line is followed by to address or inside address. Even it should commence vertically straight below the date line. Now even it must commence from the on the left hand, it must be written on the left hand side. After the inside address, we have to give or we have to leave 2 line spaces. Then we have to write the fourth part, that is the salutation. After the salutation, again you leave 2 line spaces to write the subject and reference. Subject must be immediately followed by the reference, and even subject and reference should rightly or vertically straight below the salutation. Then after that we have to write body of the letter, that is the sixth one. And body of the letter commences on the left hand side, but the beginning sentence will leave half-inch space from the left hand side, because it is according to the rule, if you are beginning a paragraph, it must be the beginning sentence should start leaving half-inch space from the left hand side. Why we follow this? Because body of the letters are written in the paragraph manner or in paragraphs. After the body of the letter, having left 1-2 line space or 1 line space from the last word of the text on the left hand side, and vertically straight below we write the leave taking note, or what we call complementary clause. And complementary clause must be immediately followed by the signature, and even it should start on the left hand side. And lastly, after having left 2 line space, we have to write enclosures, which provides us the names of the documents. So we have seen the format. So keep one thing in mind, all the parts of the letter should start from the left hand side, and they must be vertically straight, and they should come one after the other. And while writing address in full block format, we need not to use any punctuation. Now let's look into the example in the following slide. So before we get into the example, uh, job application. Job applications are written to get a suitable or a definite job in an institution or organization. So it is undoubtedly very important for unemployed persons to seek some jobs. So let us look into the how to write a job application. As we have seen the format, we have sender's address, name, ABCD, place Siddharth Nagar, and the place is Bangalore. So after having left two line spaces, we have the date line, that is 5th May of 2021. And having left two line spaces, we have the inside address, that is the principal, Mahanis Arts College, Bangalore. Then we have to leave two line space and we have the salutation, that is sir bar madam, comma. Then after having left the two line space, we have subject and reference, which gives us the brief information about the content of the letter. Then we have the we need to means we have the body of the letter. So body of the letter has three parts. The beginning sentence acts as an introduction in response to your advertisement in Hindu dated April 25th, 2021 for the post of English lecturer at your institution. So this acts as body of means introductory part, and then the main part is I wish to offer myself as a candidate for the post of English lecturer. I wish to offer myself as a candidate for the post. So that means for the post of English lecturer. Then you have the concluding part where he assures you that I shall work sincerely to the best of my potential ability. So the next part is the complimentary clause where you have yours faithfully, then the signature ABCD, and then having left the two line spaces, you have enclosures where it has been mentioned biodata and documents. I think you have understood the art of letter writing and especially job applications, and with this I end the class. So thank you.